my opinion, I believe that most people walk around with inflammation, not fat. I want you to really think that through again. People walk around with inflammation, not fat. Welcome to Glow Confessionals. I'm your host, Alicia Courtney, the it girl for real authentic wellness. This is where we talk about what wellness really looks like. No filters, no trends, just the truth. On today's episode, we are going to talk about what's really going on, why you can't lose weight, because I'm going to be honest, in my opinion, I believe that most people walk around with inflammation, not fat. I want you to really think that through again. People walk around with inflammation, not fat. In my experience and the 10 years I've been doing this, I truly believe that, because when people come to me, especially women, because I work with all women, they come to me frustrated that they can't lose the weight, the scale is not moving. It's because 99.9% of the time, they are dealing with gut inflammation and foods that are no longer serving them. Let's backtrack a little bit, and I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I actually grew up with severe food allergies, but nobody knew that. Nobody could figure me out. I was going to doctors, and this literally was since I was fucking 6 years old or some shit. I always had stomach problems. I was always complaining about my stomach. My mom kind of was I don't know what to tell you at this point. I was always exhausted, always sick, always just not feeling well. And it wasn't until, unfortunately, after college, that's how long it took for me to figure out what was wrong with me, that I had severe food allergies. The only reason I found out was because I started working for a nutritionist after college. He put me on an elimination diet and figured out that I was allergic to gluten and dairy. And my whole life changed. And that was the pivotal moment for me that I was like, holy shit, if I'm dealing with this, imagine how many other people are dealing with this. That launched me into going into my master's and being a clinical nutritionist and really understanding food and the body and what it does to you. Because yes, food is healthy, but food can also make us toxic and make us not feel well, and it could be a poison as well. People don't realize that. And when you start treating your body like a garbage can, this is what happens. So whether you are sitting there saying, well, I go through drive-thrus a lot, or I'm just not eating healthy, you're probably dealing with a lot of inflammation. Or if you're someone that's sitting there that's like, girl, I am dieting and eating healthy, I will be honest, a lot of the health trends and diets still include inflammatory foods, and we're going to go into that today. This is exactly why I don't do strict calorie counting with clients or for myself, because over the years of learning about the body, learning about the gut, learning about hormones and blood sugars, there is so much more to food, life, and health than just calories in, calories out. Yes, obviously, if you're sitting there eating a bag of chips, you're overdoing your calorie count for the day, you're gonna fucking gain weight. Obviously. But the whole point is, when you start eating real food and you start eating an anti-inflammatory diet, life changes. You become healthier from the inside out, and you no longer have to stress about, oh my God, now I have to count 8 almonds and I have to count every single calorie, because you are basically healing from the inside out, which a lot of diets don't teach you to do. They just teach you, eat this many calories and you should be fine. And yes, that sometimes works, but a lot of times people are still dealing with bloating, gut inflammation, hormone imbalances, blood sugar instabilities. Just because you're counting calories does not mean this shit gets fixed. Let's go into the inflammatory foods that most people think are healthy. I'm gonna get so much backlash for this, and I don't give a fuck. So, cottage cheese. Cottage cheese, in my opinion, is inflammatory. Ooh, it's high protein. It's inflammatory. And a lot of times my clients are coming to me because a lot of these diet programs are saying, eat a bowl of cottage cheese or Greek yogurt with berries, and that's your snack. And they're feeling still bloated, and they don't know why. And they still really aren't losing the weight, and they don't know why. It's because you're eating inflammatory foods, which is dairy. I want to ask you a question before you cut my throat out because I said cottage cheese and Greek yogurt were inflammatory. Do you have a cow in your backyard? Probably not, right? The answer is no, probably don't. So if you don't have a cow in your backyard, what's happening is these cows are they're obviously eating corn and soy and genetically modified shit. They're being pumped up with antibiotics. I don't even fucking care if you buy it organic. They still allow a certain amount of antibiotics, corn and soy, into their diets, and they can still call it organic. So all this is happening. Not only that, then it's all heated up and pasteurized, and that process heats everything up, leaving nothing living in that food. So now it is basically a dead food. If you look at it under a microscope, it is just mucus. There is nothing living. There's no good bacteria. There is no good enzymes. There's nothing to help you break down, digest the food. Now, if you're telling me that you're going over to Pennsylvania and smuggling some fucking raw shit in, we have a different conversation, because raw dairy is very different than the dairy that we consume here. So, and I'll tell you why. It's because when you're not heating everything up in that process, you are keeping all the living enzymes. You're keeping all of the nutrients, the minerals, the vitamins. And even then, you could have an issue with it, because people don't realize it's not lactose they're allergic to, it's the casein. Casein is the protein derivative in dairy. And that is why so many people drink lactose-free milk and they still have bloating. It's because it's the casein, not the lactose. It's not the sugar, it's the protein. When people are doing all these things, they're drinking whey protein, and then they're also doing cottage cheese, and they're doing Greek yogurt. It's like, okay, we are just a dairy overload, and it is inflammatory, which most likely is inflaming your gut, which most likely is not helping you lose weight. You know, we're like the only mammals that drink other mammals' milk after birth. Just like take that in. Not to be whatever, gross, but it's the truth. There is no need. And you're like, well, I want calcium. Okay, there's no calcium in milk either, or dairy. And let's get into that right now. There is no calcium because it's an acidic food, because of the way it's processed, that by the time it's processed, heated up, and all the bullshit becomes acidic. What happens when you have acidic food entering your body? It strips calcium, nutrients, and vitamins and minerals from your bones. So it actually does the opposite. And before you like jump down my throat, I just want to say to you, I want to ask you a question. And this is going to be like food for thought. If calcium came from dairy, and we are the biggest consumers of dairy in the world, right? Of dairy lobbyists, and they're like the biggest people. I mean, fucking My Plate had like a glass of milk with not a glass of water, okay? Just saying. So if we're the biggest consumers of dairy, shouldn't we have the lowest rate of osteoporosis and osteopenia? But we don't. We have actually the highest. So I'm just going to leave that for you. Food for thought. You could take that for what it is. Anyway, so dairy in general is very inflammatory. So if you're consuming all the dairy products, I would say to start limiting it and see how you feel. We're going to go to gluten. Mother favorite fucking topic. Gluten, same thing. Do you have wheat growing in the backyard of your fucking house? Like, no, you don't, probably. And if you do, it's all genetically modified at this point. There's no real wheat anymore. If you look in the back of wheat bread, it's like sugar, like high fructose corn syrup, oils, whatever, some sucralose. Oh, and then like wheat. I don't know. Wheat's like the last ingredient, and wheat's not even real anymore. It's actually genetically modified. Our bodies don't know what to do with it. That is why it causes so much inflammation and so many digestive issues for people. So when you're eating like Ezekiel breads, it's still gluten. When you're eating whole wheat pasta, it's still gluten. When you're eating whole wheat bread, it's still gluten, which is why people are still struggling to lose weight on diets, because diets only focus on, well, that piece of bread is 100 calories, so you can eat it. It doesn't fix your gut. It doesn't fix your bloating. It doesn't fix your hormones. It doesn't fix your blood sugar instabilities. It doesn't fucking fix anything. All it does is give you a superficial way of tracking and basically losing, quote unquote, losing weight. But because I go so much deeper with myself and my clients, we really start healing our guts. When you heal your gut, and you heal your imbalances, you start to magically lose weight. Because guess what? Weight loss and health are one and the same, right? So you have Weight Watchers and you have like all of these fucking crazy diet programs that are like, buy my shakes, buy my food, all the things. And they only focus on weight loss. But those things aren't healthy. In my world, we get you healthy to lose weight because it goes hand in hand. When you are healthy, you are losing the weight. So, in saying that, I will say that gluten and dairy are the two most insidious inflammatory proteins that or foods that you can eat. Okay? So if you're feeling like you're not losing weight, or you're feeling bloated, you're feeling tired, you have digestive issues, I highly recommend doing an elimination diet. You don't need to go to the doctor and get blood work done. That won't show anything, right? It'll only show if you're like anaphylactic. It's not going to actually show if you have a sensitivity. And sensitivities are real, okay? They're not just like, oh, I just have like a little sensitivity. Everyone's different, right? Everyone's glass cup is different. I might be able to eat one piece of bread and feel fine, and you might be able to eat one piece of bread and not feel fine. I might be able to not eat one piece of bread, and I would die from one piece of bread at this point. And you might say, oh, I feel fine with one piece, but when I go to 2 pieces, I'm like in the bathroom, right? Everyone has a tolerance level. What that is for you, right? It's your own. Everyone's different. Everyone's a bio-individual, and no one size fits all. So, which is another thing with calories. It doesn't take into consideration your metabolism, you as a human, anything. It's wild. Let's get a little deeper in 2026. Can we? Shall we? So, moving on. All of these diets that you're doing, and you're saying to me, well, after 30, after 40, my body hates me, my metabolism died, I can't lose weight. It's not that you can't lose weight. It's not that your metabolism died. You're very much alive. It is that your body has changed. Our body changes every 10 years. Maybe something that didn't inflame you or affect you in your 20s now is inflaming and affecting you in your 30s or 40s. Maybe that Greek yogurt you used to be able to eat, you can no longer tolerate. That is a real thing. Our bodies change every 10 years. What worked for you once probably won't work for you now. This is why I do log food. I tell my clients to log. It's not to count every calorie. It's to be mindful of what they're eating, to hold them accountable for what they're eating, and to help me understand their bodies. I have no idea how many calories my clients eat. I couldn't even tell you. What I can tell you is I educate my clients on how to actually eat for their bodies and say, okay, every meal should include these foods, these things. Every meal should look balanced. Every meal should look like this. I teach them my balanced plate method, and we go off of an anti-inflammatory type of diet. We are not vegans. We eat meat, but we do eliminate or try to limit. I wouldn't say eliminate, but we limit the amount of dairy, gluten, soy, artificial, processed things, obviously, that we can. So I'm not saying that clients can't go out on a Saturday night. They do. They enjoy wine. They enjoy alcohol. I mean, listen, your girl right here, I love tequila, and you're not taking that away from me. Okay? So we're not like eliminating shit, taking shit away. We're not making you miserable. But are you eating pizza every night or pasta every night? Or no, we are. And the thing is, people think that's healthy. They're like, well, it's whole wheat pasta. And it's not your fault. It's not your fault you think these things are healthy. It's not your fault that you go and eat a bowl of Greek yogurt or cottage cheese because all the influencers are telling you to. It is not your fault. But the reality is, it's the reason that you're not losing weight and seeing results, because you're inflamed. You are dealing with gut inflammation. You're dealing with hormonal imbalances. You're dealing with blood sugar instabilities. So when you're seeing all these influencers of what I eat in a day, and they're eating all these things, and you're trying it, and you're mimicking it, and you're trying all these fucking shake diets and all these calorie counting diets, and you're like, well, I can't see results. That's the reason. Because you're not eating for your body. You're just following everyone else, which is fine. I mean, that's what we do. Because you are not told these things are not healthy, these things are inflaming you, these things are not right for you. Everyone is a bio-individual and everyone's different. If you can eat an avocado, the next person might not be able to eat an avocado. Like, we are so different. Just because a food is healthy does not make it good for someone else, right? So we have to remember that. You have to learn your body. And yes, it takes a little time, but the truth is, hard work pays off. If you actually learn your body, you can sustain your weight loss. The problem with the diet is you do this crazy diet for 6 weeks and then you can't sustain it because it's so extreme. It's extreme and you're like, I can't live like this. So when you actually learn your body and learn the foods that are not good for you, learn the foods that are okay for you, learn how to balance out your hormones and your blood sugars, you have a lifestyle. You create a lifestyle for yourself because now you're no longer tracking every calorie, everything that enters your mouth. Like, that's not a thing. I've been doing this for 10 plus years. I have no idea really how many calories I eat. I used to log, I used to track, and now I just don't because I'm on autopilot. And I just know for myself that eggs, if I eat eggs more than 3 times a week, I get inflamed. I get bloated. I get tired. Our bodies talk to us. We just have to listen. That's the other thing. We're not listening to our bodies. And if you're sensing that something's off or a food is causing something for you, I encourage you to start food logging and taking inventory of your body. So eat breakfast and actually feel your body and see how you feel. Write down. After breakfast, I felt tired. I felt bloated. I felt great. I felt energized. After lunch, same thing. After dinner, whatever that is, because it's going to tell you. It's like investigative work, and it's going to start telling you, oh shit, I felt like crap after lunch the last 3 days. What did I eat for lunch? And then you're going to start to realize, oh shit, this is not doing good for me. This is inflaming me. This is causing me to run to the bathroom. This is causing me constipation, bloating, fatigue, like all of the things, headaches. Start doing investigative work for your body. Your body will thank you because we don't do enough of that. Our bodies talk to us all the time. So I was figuring out that I was eating a massive amount of eggs because I was bodybuilding at the time. And we were just consuming a lot of eggs and I started getting really sick. The bloating was insane. I was exhausted. My periods were worse. I felt my hormones were so all over the place. And I started kind of tracking it. I realized that it could be the eggs. When I completely cut the eggs out, I started feeling so much better. Now I love eggs, so that really upset me. I took some time away and now I eat eggs 2, maybe 3 times a week. Anything more than that, I notice that my hormones start to get affected. I get really tired. It just affects me. And it is what it is. I know that gluten and dairy make me bloated, give me digestive issues, so I stay away from them. I haven't touched any of that in 10 years. So it's just understanding and knowing your body. And yes, I still eat a lot of shit. It's not like I'm starving over here or like, you know, depriving myself. I make bomb-ass pizza on chickpea pasta, holy shit, chickpea crust. I add goat cheese, which is a dairy. It is dairy, but it doesn't have casein or lactose, so I do really well with goat cheese. I encourage you to start trying other cheeses. If you love cheese, you love whatever. Goat milk yogurt might sound gross, but it's not. Sheep milk, it's actually pretty good. There's also plant-based. I bought plant-based yogurt that has protein in it. Like, come on. It's also more absorbable and doesn't make you feel like shit. When you start realizing, okay, this stuff is not doing well for me, and there's so much out there now. Imagine me 10 years ago, there was nothing. Now, there is literally so much you can buy that is an alternative to something else. And it's just as good. Honestly, it's good. I made my own cookies with almond flour, and they were fucking amazing. My niece and nephew loved them. It's just not that severe anymore. I would rather do that than eat the gluten, eat the dairy, and feel like shit. So, again, it's just about recognizing the patterns, understanding your body, and doing a little bit of investigative work, and it will pay off. It'll be worth it because you'll start to see the results. You'll start to lose weight. Your bloating will go away. Your fatigue will get better. Your energy will come back. It's so worth it. Our bodies are not trash cans, right? So we're not garbage disposals. Take care of it. It's the only one you have to live in. So make sure you're taking care of your body, moving your body, drinking your water, right? Eating a nourishing diet. Like, just understanding what your body needs on the daily. So I'm going to give you an action step to take away from this episode. Food log. I mean, like, I can't say that enough. Food log. Because when we start food logging, we start to understand, okay, what's doing good, what's not doing good, why am I not seeing results? And then you can go back and see what's going on. So I would say food log and take inventory of your body. Those are the two biggest things that I would say do right now. Like, you can start right now. Is food log everything that goes into your mouth, and then take inventory of how your body feels. When you do these two things, I'm telling you, it's a game changer, because now you're going to start seeing patterns, and you're going to start seeing and understanding like what foods are causing you issues, and you're going to be able to then tweak and actually start to move the needle and feel better. So those are the two things I would highly recommend you do. Like, right after listening to this, just go start food logging. It is life-changing, game-changing. I mean, all of my clients do it, and it's like, it is. It's for mindfulness, accountability, but also to do the investigative work. So I hope this episode was helpful. I hope you took some stuff out of it, took some notes, and I would love to hear from you. Make sure you DM me on Instagram @_Alicia Courtney. Please subscribe to my channel. I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2026. I would love your support. If you can subscribe, follow me on Insta, and DM me, connect with me, and honestly, just comment on this video and let me know what you thought. I know we went into a lot of like controversial shit. I would love to know your thoughts on all of these different topics of what I said. You may not agree, and that's fine. Agree, disagree. Like, that's what makes the world go round, right? It's just what I've seen in myself and my clients in the 10 years I've been doing this. But again, I love feedback. I love people just talking. So just comment below, subscribe. I will see you in the next video.